Hello everyone, very warm welcome you all to my YouTube video. On the occasion of Teachers Day, I, Khushali Dodia, a student of the Department of English, Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Ji Bhavnagar University, offering a short video lecture on the topic, the history of English language. So stay tuned with me till the end. So let's get started. The history of English language can be divided into three main stages in its development. The Old English period from 600 AD to 1100, the Middle English period from 1100 to 1500, and the Modern English period from 1500 onwards. While considering the dates and years in the development of English language, we must not realize that in any of these years there was sudden or rapid change. Even a person of that time might unaware of the changes which had taken during that time, and we all are unaware of the changes which are taking place in our time. The reason of all these things are that language is evolutionary, not static. That means language is an ongoing process. For the sake of convenience, historians of the language has to erect landmarks somewhere, and the dates and years chosen are not altogether arbitrary. That means historians of the language has selected great events of the time, and after that they put certain dates in the development of the English language. So when we talking about the history of English language, we all have a kind of question that where did the English we speak today come from? So let us have a brief look toward the root of English language. In this picture you can see that Indo-European language is mother of all these languages, and English is a very modern language. The Old English period is also known as the Anglo-Saxon period. So why this Old English period is known as Anglo-Saxon era? So by 600, the invading tribes Angles and Saxons succeeded to establish their power and implanting their language in Britain. And for that reason, this forms the suitable starting point, and that's why the whole age is known as the Anglo-Saxon period. In this graphic, there are four major events which took place during Anglo-Saxon era. Earlier inhabitants of England were Britons, and their language were Celtic. By 55 BC, Romans came with the language Latin. By 450 AD, Angles and Saxons came and implanted their language in England. And this is also important. By 800 AD, Viking came, and the Scandinavian elements which we can see in English is for this reason, but it is very minor. Inhabitants were Britain, and the language was Celtic, and which had relationship with Norman France. After that, Roman invaders came with Latin elements. After that, Angles and Saxons came from North Germany, and their language became the language of Britain, which is now known as England. Old English or Anglo-Saxon was not a single or homogeneous language. There were so many dialects which were spoken. Among them, West Saxon dialect became the most popular, and for two main reasons. First one is it was highly civilized kingdom and was the first that attained political unity with fairly ordered system of government. The second one is the most of the literature of that period was written in Wessex or West Saxon dialect. The main works which survive today are Beowulf, translation of religious books, and Anglo-Saxon chronicles. The English of today is descended the language of Wessex or West Saxon tongue. It also traces other dialects as well. Their chief legacy to us is the existence of doublets that are the same word. That means two words differ in meaning but have same root. For example, whole and head both have same origin of the word head, but was towards the end of the 8th century. During this time, Norse invaders attacked and plundered the east coast and established a few settlements, and these attacks were irregular, and that's why the settlements were also numerable. Due to Treaty of Baltimore in 1878, the England divided into two parts. First part, southern part was under Danish territory, and second northern part was under Saxon jurisdiction. In 1070, Danish king sat on the English throne. The influence of these events upon the Anglo-Saxon language presents three directions. First one is place name, introduction of new words, and modification of existing language. So, termination of the place names by Toft, Bee, Fate, Throppy. For example, Whitby, Love Spot, Slave Bag, Northampton, and so many others. The words flit is a Danish word, get and take are Norse origin. So get and take and many words like this have taken directly from Norse origin. The Norse influence upon the native tongue in the direction of the modification of pronunciation, like C. In a word cake, we pronounce K, but the spelling is formatted by C. The English language, despite of all its borrowings and all the foreign influence, predominantly Anglo-Saxon in character. Generally, the Saxon words in a language come very near to our daily life and concern some of the most common and essential things of existence, as well as the most elementary occupation and more obvious natural phenomena, like the closer family relationship like father, mother, brother, existed in Old English language and have handed down on the present day. So these words are taken directly from Anglo-Saxon language. The name of most of our staple food like bread, butter, milk, meat, etc. Home and house both are also of Anglo-Saxon origin. Now let us look at the Middle English period. By 166 there was Norman invasion and conquest. By 1100 the Normans had strengthened their power and their language was beginning to influence the native Saxon tongue. Here in this period there are also four landmarks. By 600 AD, Norman came from France and invaded England and introduced early version of French. By 1400 AD, Middle English gradually took over again from the early French. In 1476 AD, printing press came and thus strengthened the power of Norman French. In 1525, translation of Bible took place. So, salient features of the Middle English period: the conquest of England by William of Normandy. English became now hybrid language, sprinkled with Celtic, Latin, and Danish words, and now with Norman French. The influence of Norman began in the time of Ethelred, the king of Norman, the king of England, who married a French princess. His son brought up in France, who reigned in England from 1042 to 1066. He also spent 25 years of his life in Normandy. So, by this point we can understand that why French and Norman language came into being in of William Normandy. That's why the normal French have spoken in England from 1042 onwards. A kind of misconception that William of Normandy was an oppressive ruler and he attempted to implant the language in England. So it is not, he was not an oppressive ruler and he never attempted to interfere with English language. As a result, English and Norman French words spoken side by side. This mixture of two languages are known as the Middle English. So by this point we can understand that why this whole age is known as the Middle English period. But the language was Saxon predominantly. It was only spoken by the ruling class. But the native language started to absorb words from Norman French. So the Norman French was spoken by only courtiers and ruling classes, and the common people were using the Saxon language. But by the time this Norman French elements were absorbed by English language as well. Chief reason of the continuity of Norman French language. There are two main reasons: the natural process and inevitable intercourse between these two sections of community and the intermarriage between them. By 1362, French became language of the low court. Just the same as Anglo-Saxon time, the dialect of Wessex were predominant in Anglo-Saxon time. This time also the East Midland language was predominant, and chief reason of this are the East Midland language was spoken in and around the London, which was the center of English life. Second one is Oxford and Cambridge also use it. Hence it became the language of scholarship. Another reason is also that Caxton invention of printing press by Caxton took place, and he printed his earlier books in this dialects. So by 1450, English had become synonymous with East Midland language. Stage in the history of the development of English language is period of modern English from 1500 onwards. 1500 marks a similar turning point because of Renaissance. It is also known as the Renaissance period. It alters the character of English church and establishment of Tudor dynasty, which made England a nation in a real sense. Like previous periods, here are also four landmarks. By the 16th century, invading words from Latin and Greek made its way into English language. Shakespeare also invented many new words which are still in use. Here are picture of passport, because 21st century is a technical century. So mainly in Germany and Italy and started intellectual awakening in Europe, which has come to be known as the Renaissance. And the flood of this new learning reached England about the year 1500, and that's why the modern English period started from 1500. As to concern with language, the development would have taken place without the impact of the Renaissance. But the new scholarship and all that is implied, it produced new words and add new words to the vocabulary. So, by this intellectual awakening, there was emergence of new words. It had impact on English language. It was a classical Renaissance and mainly Latin one, which had a chief effect upon our vocabulary. We can see many English words of Latin origin and from Latin roots. If we have a handy dictionary in our mobile. If you will search a word in dictionary, you will find the root of that word, and we can see that many of the words are of Latin origin or have Latin roots. It existed in Middle English via French. Latin had not entirely known to the clergy and to the monk. That means clergy and monks were using the Latin languages. It had very large part of church services and used for number of medieval religious treatises and had very little direct effect upon the native tongue. For example, the words like confession, honor, melody. So by this word we can get that Latin language had put a main effect on the language of church. The invention of printing press also marks a very important point in the development of English language. The invention of printing was bound to have a far-reaching effect on the development of the language. The three aspects which noticed here are: the first one is it tended to establish a standard language and discredit dialects. That means in India we are having so many dialects, and we are every day listening that many persons are requiring a standard language. So Hindi is established as our standard language. So, but we can see that there are so many languages spoken. So the same as with this English language during the invention of printing press. Printing altered this, and henceforth dialects hold the brand of inferiority, that one language is inferior and one language is superior. And that's why in modern time we can also see so many controversies have taken place on the basis of inferiority and superiority in the languages. And though they continue to be spoken, they fell out of literary use. So some of the languages were not used by literary writers, and that's why they fell out of use. The second one is it served to popularize and give currency through new coinage and newly introduced words. Third one is it tended to fix spelling. The publication of dictionary by Dr. Samuel Johnson, which was the first English dictionary, which was the really decision factor. He managed to impose some kind of standardization and to reduce formal chaos. But in doing so, he was indirectly responsible for the differences between spelling and pronunciation. The spelling was more or less fixed by the 15th century, and the 16th century. But the pronunciation has been constantly changing. Even in today, so many words and their pronunciation are changing. So it is an ongoing process. So let us sum up. To conclude, we can see that the change in language is an ongoing process, and the changes are still going on. The link of my blogs are given in the description below, and also appear in an online quiz. The link of that also given in my description box. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share my video. I am also going to upload this video on a platform, and several activities will be held